Hygiene! You do realize the modern cleaning movement started during the Industrial Revolution as a way to oppress women. Thanks to the new 8-hour workday, men had time for things like beer and sports, while women got the mop and bucket.
Local store all out of disinfectant spray? Oh no! Stay calm. Once again, nature has got you. Y'all heard of tannin, haven't ya? It's a mild acid found in the bark and leaves of most trees, and it kills germs. It's strongest in oak, maple, and burdock, easily identified by those little burrs that stick them to everything.
Not to be confused with Goku's father.
Just to toss all this stuff in some boiling water, and don't forget a sprig of pine for that piney fresh smell. And boil her on up for 15 to 20 minutes. Once cool, filter out them bits, funnel it into a spray bottle, and you'll be killing germs faster than the coronavirus killed our economy. Too soon? Stays fresh for about 1 week.
If you find your tanning water is turning your laundry brown, you can go ahead and tone it down a bit. It does not need to be that strong to eradicate germs and odor.
Tannic water can be used as a detergent, mouthwash, antiseptic, and in small doses even expels worms.
Personally, I do most of my outdoor cooking on hot rocks, and I use a sterilized bark slab as a plate. But you might have more discriminating tastes.
Now for your own normal scrubbing, a dried cattail cob. It's nature's disposable sponge. For more style and grit, try some dry grass. And for your toughen stains, you could even use pine cones or sand from the river. Look at her shine. Body odor can be a dead giveaway to zombies and cannibals. So after the apocalypse, you'll want to bathe your body at least twice a week.
And if you ever want to make love again, it'll have to be much more.
For security reasons, you want to wash one body part at a time. And you want your own wash water to be some sort of disinfectant, like tannic water, 10% bleach, 10% baking soda, even 10% salt water, not seawater, or good old-fashioned soap. And pay attention to the parts of you that sweat the most.
Head, armpits, crotch, and butt, hands and feet.
Simply wash, rinse with some fine high-quality H2O, and repeat. And always keep on your guard, especially when you wash your hair. If you've got nothing left, you can always take a smoke bath. When I first heard of this, I thought, yarbles, you're just covering body odor with smoke. But upon further research, I found smoke does kill bacteria that cause odor.
Now, if you plan on going hunting in the next few days, do not do this.
It ain't the rinse for L2. Now, after a few baths in smoke and tannic water, you will miss soap.
That mountain men of old would clean their pots by adding a little ash in water. The ash mixes with the fat in the pot to create a crude soap, which is fine for pots, but I would not wash my body with it.
Making a large amount of soap takes most of the day and deserves its own video, so I will quickly show you how to make a small amount for personal use.
Start with some powdered white hardwood ash and mix it with about twice as much water. Do not use tap water. Use distilled or rainwater. Filter this mush through a natural cotton t-shirt. Now it is time to heat things up. Incidentally, you do not want to use tin or aluminum for this. You want to use stainless steel, copper, clay, or what I'm using today, Pyrex. Now what you have in this air container is a lye water, which will need to be further concentrated to make soap. You want to boil her down till she's about 10% of the original amount. Once about halfway there, you want to wear your rubber gloves and use a wooden spoon as the lye is becoming caustic. Once down to about 10% of what you started with, mix in 4 parts fat to 3 parts lye water and let it dissolve. Reduce the heat and let your concoction continue to simmer until all the water has evaporated. Well, after an hour or two, you will have a soft soap about the consistency of margarine, great for a bath or two or load of laundry. We are so not ready for an apocalypse. How do I know? When the coronavirus hit, what did we freak out about? Toilet paper, which is silly because toilet paper is everywhere. Large non-poisonous leaves are a good start. Make sure to flip them on over, use the underside for more grit. For a bit more abrasion, wad together a bunch of grass. It gets in there and gets all them little particles. I myself prefer a softer touch. Ferns. I just slide them on up into a clump and go to town. For that fresh all-day feeling, a patch of moss is perfect, provided that you pick out all the little bugs and stuff first. And lastly, everyone's favorite old fuzzy sock. Make sure it's clean and washed between uses. Oh, you could try using her, but watch out. Kid's got claws.
If you're going to dig a latrine, make it at least 18 inches deep. Put her about 50 yards downstream from your camp and another 25 yards away from any water source.
After the apocalypse, your facilities will look at something like this. If you're gonna empty it every day, just pour in some water and do the do. If you're gonna empty it every week, throw down some leaves, ashes, or dried grass and do the do. Incidentally enough, if you are emptying it once a week, don't pee in it. Have a separate bucket for that. Once finished, cover your leavings and seal her up good.
If you can heat this stuff up to about 50 degrees Celsius for 1 week, you can use it as compost. But seriously, that's about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. He's right about the compost, though. Otherwise,
bury it 50 yards downstream from your camp and another 25 yards from any water source.
Personally, I just find a stump, dig a hole, and bury my rump.
cover fresh leavings in dirt and resod when done. After the apocalypse, or any time really, you want to brush your hair and your teeth at least once a day, or pain will be your teacher. Native-type Americans would simply clean their teeth by chewing on a branch of sassafras, easily identified by its 3 distinctly shaped leaves. Or birch, easily identified by its shiny, curly bark. Make sure to get the back teeth. Now, you'll probably be able to scavenge you up a toothbrush, which I would sterilize in boiling water, just for good measure. As for substitute toothpaste, nothing beats baking soda. Just dip your brush on in and go to town. In a pinch, you could just grind you up some charcoal and add water. The taste is just terrible, but it is still better than the jaw-drilling pain of losing your teeth. Make it more palatable by adding in a little crushed mint, just like the toothpaste companies. You want to rinse and spit? And repeat. If all else fails, you can always just chaw a stick in the fire and use that as your toothbrush. The charcoal is naturally alkaline, which neutralizes the acid that causes tooth decay. No brush, use a fuzz stick. Birch, pine, and willow are said to be best for this, but any non-poisonous stick will do. First, remove the bark. Now, you want to shave down some curlies, but leave them attached. And there, and now you have something like a brush. It's just like the real thing. Now while my long, luxurious hippie hair might look good on the video, it's completely impractical after the apocalypse. Anything an enemy can grab onto, they will grab onto. So it's all gotta go.
Love America. Love America. Love America.
Ta-da! Ow, ow, ow.